Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. All right. Through the power of TikTok and people posting up clips of Pete Hegseth's interview with the committee, the Senate Armed Services Committee, as he is trying to be confirmed as the new head of the military. I got to see some rather troubling questions being asked of him. Yes/no questions that he would not answer. And the frustration in some of the Democratic senators' voices as they were, ask him a simple question. Have you ever led an audit? And instead of saying no or yes, he talks about how he was the head of some company somewhere that was profitable. Just like, have you led an audit, yes or no? And then he continues to not answer the question. What's so difficult about answering a yes/no question? Now, I'm sure Hegseth's realizing that if he answers no, then there's going to be a follow-up question that's going to be probably a no, and then there's going to be an accusation of how can you lead this department if you don't have this basic experience. And that's when you go into your diatribe about being part of a company or something along those lines. But it's just another symptom of the right or the far right, their inability to even acknowledge any wrongdoing that they've done. They were asking him about, I guess he was with wife number 2, got her pregnant, and then he started sleeping with the woman that would become like wife number 3. So having an affair on his wife, who, I can't remember if she was just pregnant or just giving birth, but, babies involved. Kind of like, Trump, Melania, and Stormy Daniels type of thing. And he wouldn't answer the question. He kept trying to split words and literally the senator asking him the questions like, you are on record having said you did this. And then he just, continued to defer and avoid and evade the answers. Yeah, this is Trump's America. Let's take a look to see how the energy around his meeting with, well, hello. Who wants a black cat fix? Michelle, you got to see the eyes. Michelle was telling me that he was just all up in her business all day today. So he's clearly bored and looking for attention. And that's why he's up here. It's not food related this time. Oh, and look at this. Off on the side, that's your tail, we've got Elle too. She's on the chair that he wants to be on. Oof, there you go, buddy. I'll give you your cat fix here. Brighten it up a little bit. There she is. She's ready to pounce on him. There's some, you might hear some rattling or something like that off in the corner here. Our cat's like, packing paper. So there's several sheets of packing paper lying on the floor of my office with some mauled peacock feathers and some fuzzy pom-pom, like little puff balls underneath it. And so the cats, they go digging in the paper to find the puff balls. They go eating the feathers. And you can see her tail right there as she's slinking over towards where he is. She's watching him like a hawk, ready to pounce down and join the fray, as it were. Life with cats. Okay, so where was I? Energy around Pete. I'll get a reading on the cats instead of Pete Hegseth. Let's look at the energy around Pete Hegseth and his confirmation hearing today. Okay, come on down. For those who just come here for the straight tarot reading, sorry, please indulge that the majority of my audience are huge cat lovers. Don't believe me? Go onto any, Facebook or some site like that and look up Facebook groups like My Cat is a Chonk or All Orange Cats Have One Brain Cell or something like that. And they'll have 10 million followers. This is not how you get famous. Doing political terrorism is not how you get famous. You know how you get famous? Have a couple of cats with some personality and throw them on the internet. Then all of a sudden, the world is your oyster. Okay, Pete Hegseth. He's beat up. They beat this guy up pretty good. Is he out? He's not out, but he's not in either. There's more to come with this. I don't know if there's multiple days of testimony. I'm assuming there's only one. I didn't look it up. But they beat him up pretty good on this. Crossed with the Nine of Coins and the Queen of Pentacles. All right. Part of the problem that he's got a woman problem. He's got a woman problem. He says, the army's too woke. We need a masculine, He-Man type army. Doesn't believe women should be in combat, but then he's backed off on that. Tammy Duckworth and others just absolutely took him to task. He's been accused of sexually assaulting women. He has fooled around on his wives, and because apparently he's been married 3 times, and his drinking. Stories of him drinking, showing up drunk or intoxicated to work, and he said that's all hearsay. And one of the senators said, "Your mom's one of the folks that testified." Don't say it's anonymous slander because they've seen reports that people report on this. He's got a woman problem, and the Queen of Pentacles, things of value could be homeland security. We have a lot of women in the military, and they're working up ranks, and to suddenly try and undo decades of progress that the Army's made is going the wrong direction. It's going to be a problem. In the past, you got the Star card. He's a veteran of wars in the Middle East. He is somebody very different than what we've had in there before. He's not, a multi-star general that's coming in to lead the department. His claim to fame basically is he's on Fox and Friends, and Donald Trump watches Fox and Friends, and I've mentioned this several times, and I will say it again. Donald Trump has all the mentality of a small child, and if you can put yourself back in that small child mindset. Remember the commercials you used to see on television when you were watching television. Maybe for the folks that were very young in the days before television listening to radio, I don't know if it's the same thing. But certainly with television, that little box, the red box that says as seen on TV, if it was seen on TV, it's got to be the best thing ever, or else it wouldn't be on TV. Trump is like that. If he sees Hegseth and Hegseth on TV, well, that guy's got to be an expert. I want him. Plus, Trump is always about the look, how things appear. So he looks at things from a director or a producer's kind of eye. And so he's always looking for a look. He wants people that look the part. Heaven forbid that the guy, he has to be this square-jawed, crew-cut, trim, muscular, broad-shouldered guy to be the part. Heaven forbid he looks something round and balding, even though that's not relevant to the job, but Trump is all about the look. Current situation is the Lover's card. He's got protection and support from the Republicans, and they were trying to prop him up the whole time. But again, I think when you have the cross of the Nine of Coins, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Lover's card, you've got a problem here with women. It's almost like they're not even talking about the drinking. The drinking is a problem because when you're drinking and you're intoxicated, you make bad decisions. Now, he can say that, he said, I will give up drinking. Well, dude, you should have given up drinking a long time ago. It shouldn't be that, we're going to promote you to be the head of the Defense Department. That predicates you not drinking. You should be doing that first, showing that you can stay off the sauce so that when it comes back later, you're not being attacked. No, it's his illicit relationship with women that's going to be a big problem for him. Overarching energy is the strength card. He is trying to project that traditional strong male, and the word toxic masculinity is maybe overused. Say hyper masculinity. He thinks that if he projects hyper masculinity, that's what's going to get him over the top. The problem is that who controls who? If you can't control yourself around women, if you can't control yourself around alcohol, what else can you not control yourself on? I mean, are you spilling the beans to people? What about compromise that could be had? You know, you say the right word in the wrong ear, you have a problem. Lesson to be learned is the emperor. The person in this job has to at least appear unimpeachable with their decision making. He doesn't meet this criteria. But man, you've got 4 major arcana in this spread. Trump may be the one that could get the senators to vote him through. I'm really curious to see how that goes. Outcome is the King of Pentacles. Honestly, it looks like he's going to get in. If I were betting on this one, you know, this might be like, you know, Elon wants him in, or Peter Thiel. It's almost like the oligarchs want him in. If this goes to a vote, I would not be surprised that he gets in. The only way that this is a no card is if he acknowledges that his health and his values aren't up to snuff. And that could be the no that keeps him out of there. But right now, you know, it's funny. It's such a clown show. You know, when you nominate Matt Gaetz to be your attorney general, and you know, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be heading up the health department, that this guy doesn't seem as ridiculous a choice, even though his selection to this position is equally ridiculous. Okay, let's see what that King of Pentacles is. Will he be confirmed? Will he be confirmed? Make sure I get his title right here. Sorry, if you notice I'm not saying it. It's Defense Secretary pick. Will Pete Hegseth, who vows to bring a warrior culture, remember back to that strength card, toxic masculinity, will he be confirmed as Trump's defense secretary pick? Now, there could be all sorts of things that happen that would prevent him from filling the job. But let's see if the senators will vote to confirm him. I just got that Emperor card bouncing back up again. Oh, yeah, the other thing that was funny was that he was saying how, you know, he had to throw in there that Trump was this incredibly successful CEO, and, you know, if Trump's recommending him, that should be okay by the senators. One of the women had to basically say, the guy's bankrupted 6 different companies. Are you sure that's the flex you want to go with? Oh, jeez. Is he going to get in? Oh, God, there might be a mercy. Oh, yes, of course. You served the troops, so we're going to give you that. Let's see what the underlying is. There's that Emperor card. It had popped out before. Again, you should be of unimpeachable... No, again, in the military, I think you can be court-martialed for having an affair. Right there, that should be disqualifying. This should be disqualified. It's like, you know, here's your consolation prize, your participation trophy for trying out. Let's see. You got the Star card, Temperance. Look at all these major arcana. And disappointment, heartbreak, and betrayal. Will he get in? If he does get in, he doesn't serve. Because, you know, something happens where Trump doesn't get in into that. But, you know, he's got a detox. That might, you know, he needs to work on his decision making and detoxing himself. I'm going to say he doesn't get in. I realized in the last reading with the King of Pentacles, I said he did. This is nostalgia or naivety. Obviously, if they force him in, they're going to force him in. And that's a naive thing to do. Because just because the guy's a star on TV doesn't mean he makes good decisions, and he's got a drinking problem. And he's going to be awful in the job. He will not thrive in this job. I'm sure this job is going to have a lot of pressure. And, does he turn to booze to medicate himself from that? If he gets in, it's going to be a really foolish choice. If they give him the consolation prize, it's because they're used to having multi-star generals or something like that in this position. He's just not the leadership material they need, and the Trump administration shouldn't, don't put all your eggs in one basket for this guy. This guy's like the end-all be-all. Okay, so going back to that previous reading, I would be really curious to see if Elon Musk has said anything about Hegseth in the past or about Hegseth's confirmation hearing right now. If Elon Musk previously said that he wanted somebody else and not Hegseth in that position, Elon's going to win this argument. Basically, what I'm saying is Elon's going to win this argument. So that King of Pentacles, I think, is Elon Musk and his opinion as to what Hegseth should do. So let me pause this for a second and see if I can find out if Elon Musk has said anything about Hegseth. December 9th, 2024, Musk-backed group runs ad pressuring senators to support Pete Hegseth. Elon Musk on X, support Pete Hegseth. I think Pete Hegseth is going to get confirmed, and it's because Elon Musk is doing a full court press to get this guy through. Okay, so that's my final answer, and I don't need to call a friend. He's not going to do well at this. This is assuming that Trump gets in and his cabinet picks get in there. He's not going to be a good choice. It's a really naive choice. Basically, he doesn't know what he's doing. And it's going to require basically the deep state, the folks that have been doing this job for a while, they're going to have to do this job despite the leadership. They're going to have to keep the thing going forward despite the leadership. He will try and take things back to the 1950s or 1850s or 1750s, but first stop 1950s type thing. I don't know. Maybe Happy Days was too popular a show for these folks back in the day that they can't see a situation where the 50s wasn't the greatest time ever. It's okay if you're a white male, but if you're a non-white male or non-white citizen of the United States, those were not heady days by any stretch. But hey, if you're white, life was golden. No wonder they want to go back to that. So much drama, so little time. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, but I hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.